here's what we have going for you guys today. You guys are going to start off with 3 minutes of cardio. You guys can make that what you want it to be. Jump rope, running, double under practice, whatever you want that to be, guys, I'm totally fine with. Just get yourselves moving. Things that are just going to get your heart rate up relatively quickly, right, within that 3 minutes. But after that, you're going to come in. You're then going to go into a 6-minute AMRAP with some 30-second stations. I like these because they just kind of keep us on track and just keep us moving. So with that said, guys, we're starting off. We're going to do 30 seconds of alternating shoulder taps. So you're going to get into a plank position, top of the push-up plank. From right here, guys, we're just going to tap those shoulders without rocking it very much side to side. So again, we want to be nice and sturdy, tapping those shoulders for 30 seconds. After we're done with the 30 seconds, guys, we're then going to go into alternating step-ups. So I've got a box here. You guys can set the box up however you like. 20, 24, doesn't really matter. Let's just focus on just being nice and sturdy as we drive up, focusing on really pushing off that front foot. Okay, so that's going to be for the step-ups, just alternating through, making sure we're extending at the top of each rep. If you guys at the end want to throw in some box jumps, I'm totally cool with that. Again, I just want to make sure you're warm before we start jumping. So after we get done with our 30 seconds of alternating step-ups, we are then going to go into 30 seconds of high pulls. So our high pulls, guys, if you have an odd object, that's totally fine. If you have a dumbbell, there's 2 variations of this we can do. With just a lighter dumbbell, which I have here, you guys can just do your high pulls like so. Nice and easy, steady. You're going to do that for 15 seconds on each side. Now, if you have a weight that is too heavy, you guys can just kind of get a couple fingers on it, on the dumbbell, and then just raise up like so. Okay, so same concept there. We're just trying to get you guys ready for the single day of high pulls, which are just going to kind of work on the upper back part of that shoulder there. So again, guys, that's going to be for our high pulls. Now, the last thing we have is either a 30-second handstand hold, or you guys can do a 30-second overhead hold. So the handstand hold, guys, if we have it, awesome. If you maybe want to practice that, totally cool. What you can do to practice it is called a wall walk, where we start in a plank position and walk our feet up the wall as far as we're comfortable doing so. Okay, so again, with that, I'll kind of just demo that real quick. You guys can start out in a push-up position, feet on the wall, and then walking your hands back. And maybe we're all comfortable going right here. That's totally cool, guys. Hang out for 30 seconds and just chill. Okay, the point of that is just to develop a little stability with that upper body and get you guys in a good position. But again, if we don't have that, we can just do the overhead hold right here. Again, just chill it out, thinking about keeping the ribs down, everything nice and tight and in a good position. We don't want to just kind of be lazy over here off to the side. Okay, so again, that's going to be the overhead hold for 30 seconds. Again, guys, 15 seconds on each side for the single dumbbell if we have that, right? So again, guys, that's going to be a warm-up for the day. We're going to talk about our workout next. Okay, guys, our hero workout today, we have a workout called Colin. Colin is a great at-home workout for you guys because there's not really too much going on, and we should be able to get away with very minimal or no equipment. Okay, so with that being said, I put 2 different tracks on there. One, if you have a barbell handy and all the equipment necessary for this workout. But if we don't, that's what we're going to mainly talk about today, right? Is how we can modify this workout to make it work for you at home. So that being said, the way this is going to work, guys, is Colin is 6 rounds per time, starting off with a 400-meter sandbag carry. Now you'll notice there is a prescribed weight of 50 pounds for men, 35 pounds for ladies respectively. You guys can use a dumbbell, you guys can use a backpack. It doesn't matter what you guys use. Ultimately, the point is we're carrying that odd object 400 meters. This shouldn't be a run, guys. This should be just something we're just kind of walking back and forth, right? This should be a longer workout. That's totally cool. That's what we're looking for with this one, okay? So if you guys have like a dumbbell handy, you can literally just walk with it. You can throw it on your shoulder like this if you want. You can throw it on however you want. I probably would practice this right here, back racking it and just kind of letting it rest on the shoulders, but you guys can move around as needed to make it suit your needs, right? So again, if you have a dumbbell, awesome. Kettlebell, same concept applies. We can throw it on the shoulder, maybe front rack it a little bit if we struggle with that front rack position. Again, play around with the position on that. After that, guys, you're then going to go into 12 push press, okay? So it's 12 push press, guys. If we have the dumbbell, we use the dumbbell. If we have the kettlebell, same concept applies. You guys will have the dumbbell set up on the shoulder, and then from there, guys, we're dipping down, keeping the chest tall, driving through our heels, and pressing up, okay? So trying to use that lower body to assist us in bringing that dumbbell up and overhead. Okay, so it's going to be for the push press, guys. Again, one thing I always stress, especially because we don't have barbells, a lot of us don't have barbells at least, this is a fantastic opportunity for you guys to work on that position that we need in order to have a really good push press, shoulder to overhead in general, whether it be press, push jerk, split jerk, whatever that is. Having that general setup when we dip and drive is going to allow us to express that movement when we start getting into some heavier weights when we get back to the gym soon. Okay, so that being said, after we're done with our push press, guys, you're then going to go into 12 box jumps. You guys, the RX height is 24 inches for men, 20 inches for ladies, but if we don't have access to a box, no stress at all, guys. Let's find an object that's roughly that same height, or maybe a little lower. You know what I mean? If you struggle with that jump, let's maybe find something a little bit lower and challenge ourselves to do the jumps each and every round. Okay, that's an option for you. The one thing I do ask from all of you guys, just the amount of calf work, the amount of stress we put on the Achilles over the past couple weeks, is I want everybody to step down off your box. Okay, one thing I do want to highlight today is the fact that I see a lot of people jump off the box. For one, it takes out more energy. Okay, it takes more energy to jump down from a box than it does to step down. Second, it is faster if you are rebounding back on top of the box for the sake of competing. Okay, for 99% of us though, guys, there's no benefit. There's the risk far outweighs the reward of jumping down off the box and rebounding back up. So I just ask guys that as we jump up on the box, stand up, and step down. If you want to be fast with this, if that is your goal, jump on the corner of the box, because then we don't have to jump forward so much. It actually allows us to get closer underneath the box, okay? So just a little strategy tip on that for the box jumps, guys. Something you guys can think about, maybe to improve that movement, even though it's so simple, right? Little things like that, guys, have a lot of, they can make a big difference after 6 rounds, right? So again, that's why I wanted to touch on that there. After we're done with the box jump though, guys, we're going into 12 sumo deadlift high pulls. If you have a kettlebell, that's probably going to be optimal for this. If we don't, however, you guys can do kind of like a single arm version of it, just doing 6 on the right, 6 on the left. Okay, so with that, think of it kind of like a dumbbell snatch without turning it over. We're going to get into that sumo stance, so feet just outside of the shoulders, really that's kind of what we're looking for with this, maybe a tad wider. But we're then going to dip down, we're going to bring that dumbbell down to the ground, we're going to drive up, and then we're simply going to bring the elbows up, okay? So basically we're trying to bring that dumbbell into this position right where it's right underneath the chin each and every rep, okay? So that's going to be for the sumo deadlift high pull if we have to modify with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Same concept would apply with an odd object. You guys, a backpack for this one is money, right? You guys can still do push press with it. The sumo deadlift high pull, you can actually pull from about right here, making it a little bit easier on the back, and then simply just pull up to that position. We've done these a lot with kettlebells, even with barbells, guys. We keep a nice narrow grip on that sumo deadlift, so this is a great opportunity for you guys to get a very similar stimulus out of the workout without having the equipment. Okay, so again, guys, 6 rounds for time with this workout. That is it. Get after it, have some fun. We have a nice little, we're calling it rump pump for you after you get done. We'll talk about that shortly. All right, guys, our finisher for today. We have a nice little rump pump. Okay, so that being said, we're going to work on those glutes a little bit today. Just get some additional work in to kind of finish the things off that we did today and just kind of build up everything behind those legs. That being said, we got 5 sets for you today. You guys are going to do 20 sumo deadlifts. With those sumo deadlifts, guys, you can have a dumbbell handy like so. Get into a sumo stance. From here, we're unlocking the knees, pushing the hips back. As soon as we pass the knees, we're trying to sit down into it and press up. Okay, so you'll notice with these guys, I'm actually squatting a little bit in this movement. Okay, we're not just pushing the hips back and hitting our hamstrings. We're actually loading up and using our quads and our hamstrings and our glutes. Okay, so if we don't have something that heavy, you guys can obviously try to find something a little bit heavier. If you have an odd object at home, that's fantastic. Maybe put your dumbbell in that odd object, add some weight to that, and then pull from there. That's completely acceptable. If we have a heavier dumbbell, we can of course do less repetitions of that as well if it becomes too much. But again, we're looking for around 20-ish reps, but we can kind of make that what we need it to be with what we have. Okay? After that, you have 20 single leg glute bridges. Our single leg glute bridges, guys, that's going to be 10 on each side. All we're doing with that, push this box out of the way. You guys can go to the floor, lay down,
From there, guys, if I'm gonna go right leg first, I'm gonna keep my leg bent, so knee up like so. I can either straighten out the leg or I can bring the other leg up. But from there, guys, what I want to do is I want to focus on tucking my butt underneath me. So I'm going to drive up, squeezing my butt, and coming up just as far as when I feel it in my glute. I don't want to feel it in my low back to try to get more out of that movement, okay? So again, just go up as high as you can
without feeling any sort of stressor in your low back, okay? That's gonna be for the single leg glute bridges. Again, guys, 10 on each side. Lastly, we have curtsy lunges, 20 reps. Again, 10 on each side of that. With our curtsy lunges, guys, if you want, you can add some weight to this. You may not need to though, but with a curtsy lunge, what we're gonna do is we're literally going to have our foot out in front, like a standard lunge. Think of it like a reverse lunge, but we're actually gonna bring our left leg this way as we drive in. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna bring my leg behind me, squat down, or kind of lunge down, I should say, and then we're gonna squeeze your butt and stand. And you'll alternate through for 20 total reps. This is just working a little bit different part of the glute. That's all this is. That's why we incorporated these curtsy lunges as opposed to just reverse lunges in general. Something a little bit different. Something's gonna give you a little bit different stimulus. But after you get done with the curtsy lunges, guys, you're then gonna rest as needed between sets. I would limit your rest, guys, to about 2 to 2.5 minutes per set. Try not to get on Facebook and all of a sudden 10 minutes go by and we haven't done our second set. Let's make sure we keep on track. A good way to do that, guys, is just to start a clock and just make sure, like, hey, if we finish the first round at the 3-minute mark, we're starting the next round at 5, right? Having some sort of game plan going into it. That way you can stay on track as you go through this workout, all right? So again, guys, that's gonna do it for the day. Have some fun with this one. I know that this hero workout's gonna be pretty burly, so this is your challenge for the week. Have some fun and get after it.